All right, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's 5:45 p.m., September 4th. My name is Amal. I'm the head analyst and co-owner of the Alpha Trades community. For those of you who are not familiar with our community, this is where our community resides. It's on the Discord channel. Everything that we do, everything that we post, analysis, trade setups, everything, in terms of chat, it's all in our Discord community. Okay, and here you can see we have the Advantage membership, which is the paid membership. You can go to our website, thealphatrades.com. You can hit the products page, and then over here you can buy the Advantage membership and you can join our Advantage community. Within that, what you get with the membership is Bitcoin trading access and all these channels with it. So every single day, just like you're seeing the video right now, I post 2 videos a day, sometimes 3 videos a day, depending on how active the market is. And I let people know exactly in terms of, video content, what I'm looking at, what indicators, what levels to look at, what trades I'm entering, what trades I'm getting out of, all kinds of detailed, curated information that will help you make the most informed decision for your money, for your portfolio. I can't tell you to buy or sell, but I can show you exactly what I'm doing, right? So this is what these channels are for, Bitcoin trading. As you can see in the Bitcoin trading channel, we're a pretty active community. We discuss a lot of things, a lot about strategies, a lot about different people looking at different indicators, what people are doing. So tons of different traders from all around the world, from Mexico to India to Amsterdam to Australia, New Zealand, the United States, of course, all parts of the world. And I'm really happy and grateful to have everyone, from all over the world, be part of our community. And so we trade, Bitcoin quite a bit, and then altcoin analysis. These are your traditional altcoins that you trade. We trade Ethereum and ZRX and Tezos and Litecoin and Bcash, all that stuff in here. And then we have the DeFi trading section, which is our newer section. We are a very active community in this. A lot of us are actually trading DeFi quite heavily. And so far, we've got phenomenal returns on a lot of our positions. Today, we actually just closed out one of our positions, which was Rune. Rune was up almost 40%. I saw this big spike up in Rune today. And with the market bleeding, I just figured, this looks like one of those pumps where I might want to get out, just in case it was just pumping and then going to dump after. But in either case, I got to make a good amount of money off of it, plus 40% profit. And I'm really happy with that. And I think most of our community is as well. And we have a lot of other positions that we are actively trading. And the other ones that we're also in, we're passively, invested in it. For example, this is one of my bigger positions in the market. Okay. So from right around this $19, if you've been watching my videos for a while, I was talking about Link having to come down all the way to about $10 to $12 range. And you can see we actually hit that once right there and twice right there. And then especially in this bleed down, I got to capture the movements on this movement down and fill in my orders right here, and right here. Okay. This was information that I laid out to our community several days before this movement down happened. And I even warned people that up here, this is not really an area that you want to be buying or longing. In fact, you want to be waiting for this downward movement, okay? Which eventually did happen with, the cascade that we saw in the market today. So I'm filled up on my Link bags, right? I'm still fairly confident in Link. I personally think that I don't see Link anywhere under $20, to be honest. But again, I'm not going to tell you that, you should buy Link because it's, an easy 2x or 3x or whatever from here. I've done my own fundamentals research. I know a lot of our community has as well. And I think we believe from a technical and a fundamental standpoint that Link is probably going to perform pretty darn well in this, this bull market or alt season, whatever you want to call it. Okay. So Link is one of my big positions. You can check it out. The other one I have is EWT, which I've spoken about before in my analysis as well. So EWT, again, I like the fact that it's been trapped in this range for a little while. And even today with the sell-off, it actually didn't break the range. In fact, 2 days ago, there was some like rumor about it being listed on Coinbase. Again, I have no idea if that's true, but the fact that we've still been in this range right here, that to me makes me happy because most altcoins, most altcoins actually sold off pretty heavily the last couple of days. So this kind of tells me that this project particularly might have, some big upside to it. And, these are some of my targets up here. This is at least a 200%, 300% rise from where I got in. So I'm looking forward to seeing EWT, do well in the upcoming bull market. Okay. Now let's kind of discuss, first of all, exactly what happened in this big slide down, right? Because we can't just assume that we're definitely in a bull market and we're definitely going to keep going up from here. So I'm going to give you guys both the bull and the bear scenarios of what I'm seeing in the market. And then at the end, I'll also give you a strategy that I am watching very closely to see if the market is going to be full bull mode again, or if we're going to start breaking down and we're going to sell off down to maybe 9,000, 8,000, or 7,000. Okay. So the first thing that I want to discuss is, this sell-off right here. So in this sell-off, what we've seen is obviously, the S&P 500 sold off, things like Apple, high tech, growth, everything sold off. Okay. So you were not immune in any part of the markets, whether it's crypto or equities, right? Pretty much everything sold off. And so if you got to survive today, like we didn't really sell anything at a loss. Okay, we got stopped out on a small BTC long position, but other than that, our spot positions, we actually found opportunities to load up on more long positions. Like the link spot that I just showed you earlier, I added more to my link bag because this is an opportunity where you get a sell-off and link where you're down, I think, say 30% from the high or 40% from the high. That is, to me, a buying opportunity. Okay, so for example, right, from this local high where we put in this high, I got in somewhere down here. So we're down 40%, right? I mean, this to me is a solid buying opportunity. You don't want to be a buyer up here once the price has gone up so significantly. You want to be a buyer over here when there's so much blood in the market that no one has the balls to buy. Okay, so we were buyers down here. I know a lot of our other community members got into some DeFi projects, got back into Link, got back into BTC, and many other tokens. Okay, so where we are in the market is this. All right, we had this big range being created. Okay, and as long as we were in this range, guys, I personally thought we were bullish. But the fact that we're below the range right now, this is not bullish. Okay, in any way, shape, or form, you cannot define this as bullish because you broke below the range. Not only that, we're kind of rejecting the bottom of the range right there. Okay, so the only point that I would consider us being bullish, okay, is if we do, say something like this, we chop around here and we blast up right through 11,000 and then right through at least this August monthly open, which is this key SR level, which is around $11,300 and some change. Okay. It also happens to be that there are some pivots and support levels around those areas. You can see there's a key pivot right there around 11.5, key S1 pivot right there around 11.256, right? So we want to actually go through this in an impulsive fashion. You do not want to kind of dilly-dally, go grind sideways like this. Because what this is going to do is it's going to create an opportunity where the bulls are just trying to grind themselves towards a key resistance level, and they're going to be met with force right around a key resistance area, like right over here, okay? And then this is where we're going to see heavy selling come into the market, and we're probably gonna dump further, okay? Again, I'm just basing this on the fact that when you sell off hard like this, okay, if you're truly bullish, right, you're gonna create a base, okay, and then you're gonna start impulsively moving up. Impulsively, okay, with volume. You'll see it in volume, you'll see it, on the footprint data, and you'll see it, within the footprint data, right? With these buy walls that are going to pop up and keep supporting price on the way up. And let me give you a perfect example of what that looks like. So if you see over here, this is all back in July, right? You guys remember how awesome July was? You remember when price was moving up? Do you see all these walls that are stacked up? See, this implies that there's a good amount of bids, good amount of support, that price is being supported and actually being driven up. Okay, this is exactly what you want to see on the way back up when Bitcoin starts to make its move, higher and higher and higher. You want to see walls kind of stack up like this, right under price every single time it starts making a move. Because what that does is bears will understand that no matter how much they sell, price is going to get bought back up. Even if they sell again, price is going to get bought back up. Okay, this implies that there are a good amount of bulls in the market. There's a good amount of support in the market. Until that happens, until we see that, until we see the footprint data. Again, footprint data is, when you dig into the individual candles themselves, right? You get to see the data within each level of the candle, meaning at a specific price. So we're at $11,480. What has transacted around this key area, right? This is the red marker that you're seeing. Well, we've seen a good amount of, buying activity right there. Pretty thin activity right there. Good amount of buying, but a good amount of selling. So for the most part, we need to stay above this area to ensure that we can keep going up. Because in this box, okay, so if we're looking right here, all right, there's a whole lot of volume transacted. So that means that if you're above this area, if you can hold above this area, you could probably, right, you could probably keep pushing up. If you break down below this area, well, you're probably going to go back, to key support levels where price was, supported. Like this is a big, this is a big high clustered area, right? So that is the potential range that I see developing. If we break below this key marker right here, we're probably headed to 10,200, 10,150. Okay, this little cluster of high volume node support. Okay, so now let's move on to the strategy, right? So my strategy is this. It's very simple, okay? If you look at the 50 moving average and the 128 moving average on the daily time frame, going back all the way to 2017, 2018, this is a very tried and tested strategy, okay? Especially the last year and a half, all right? I'll show you guys exactly how it works. So what you have is the 50 moving average, which is the red, the 128 moving average, which is the purple. If you look at these parabolic rise in price, right? Price then consolidates and then it starts moving sideways, then it starts breaking down slowly, right? It did that over there, and then even over here, last year we went like this, and then we started breaking down slowly. So what happened after that? Well, if you look, price gets trapped between the 50 and the 128 moving average. In fact, what specifically happens is price comes back, finds support right there around the 128 moving average, which is the purple line. Then it comes back to the 50, and then it gets rejected, okay? So when it gets rejected, this is really your perfect sell opportunity, your sell signal. Because more often than not, for the last 3 or 4 times, price has gone, rejected the 50 moving average, and then it dumped like $3,000 right there, right? Well, let's take that in percentage terms, okay? Once it rejected the 50 moving average, where did it dump down to? It dumped down at least 25, 26%, right? What about over here? Price again came back, right? Went all the way above the 50 moving average, but then it dumped, found support on the 128 moving average, came back to the 50 moving average right there, got rejected, and then dumped, right? From here, we dumped, a good amount from the 50 moving average all the way down. Let me see here. We dumped all the way down, almost 58%. Now, obviously, this was a black swan event, but the point is the strategy is tested, okay? Meaning that if you start seeing price getting rejected around the 50 moving average, well, you need to start being careful. You might want to start de-risking. You might want to start, maybe cutting down your long exposure, maybe even hedging short, maybe even cutting down your altcoin exposure, and just being a little bit more careful, okay? Now, it could very well be possible that this time is different because we sold off really aggressively, right? We're in a pretty, strong looking bull market, if you will. We've gone parabolic, okay? As long as the S&P 500 doesn't dump, as long as high growth like Apple and Microsoft and Tesla and Amazon, if those stocks can hold up, I think Bitcoin can also hold up, okay? But the test is this. If you come to the 50 moving average, right, and you kind of just dilly-dally around the 50 moving average and you're like this, and you start rolling over, well, it's time to probably start de-risking, right? That means you're probably going to at least dump down, maybe at least to low 9,000s, probably going to be around, $7,000, $7,100, because if you look right here, okay, some of the biggest support, once you start breaking this 9,000 area, is found way the heck over here, around mid sixes, 7,000 flat, okay? And I really don't see anything stopping us. So once we start breaking this area, once we start breaking down from here, I honestly don't think we're gonna hold up here that well. Okay, we might catch some support around 9,000 flat, that area. But if you break that, well, then you're probably headed to 7,000 because that's this big high volume node. Beyond that, then we're going down to 5,300. But again, we don't need to worry about that because like I said, let's worry about what's right in front of us, which is the 50 moving average is currently around $11,100. If price grinds towards that, be careful. Once it starts breaking impulsively through it, well, it's full on risk on mode, meaning we're probably headed up even further. We're probably going to take out these key highs, of 12,000, 12,500, and we're probably headed towards 13,000 or 14,000 and higher. Okay, that's the simplest way I could put it. All right, you need to impulsively rip through $11,100, and then we can start talking about higher prices. Other than that, I think price is still prone to potential pullbacks, potential further dumps. And again, all this will be dependent on what happens on Tuesday with the S&P 500, because this is a long weekend in the US. When that opens, what happens with the dollar, which is the DXY ticker right here? Does it keep ticking up higher and higher, or does it start breaking down? What we want, right? I've spoken about correlations before. What we want is a weaker dollar. A weaker dollar essentially implies that people are more risk on, they're heading into assets, they feel comfortable being invested into risk on assets like the equity markets, like crypto, like gold, and commodities. But when the dollar starts ticking up, what that implies is there might be profit taking happening, there might be more and more people getting out of the market, and you don't want that, right? That's not good for Bitcoin, that's not good for the equity markets. So I think so far the only thing that we can make out of this is we had a pretty sizable pullback, okay? We had, in Apple, the reason I look at Apple is because it's a very high growth company. It pulled back almost 20%, okay? The S&P 500 pulled back, I think, close to like 5-6% from the top right here, dumped almost, so 6.5%. It's currently sitting at this key area that was previous resistance pre-COVID, right? So we're literally right there. All we have to do is hold this area. If we hold it, we can get back towards the all-time highs. That means Bitcoin could probably get back towards the all-time highs. So I think all these markets are going to be interrelated very tightly for the next at least 1 to 2 weeks, and probably the rest of September. Okay, so the game plan for September is very simple, right? First of all, focus on this formula, 50 moving average, 128 moving average. Focus on the fact that BTC is still in a uptrending, stage, right? But again, if we start breaking down from here, I think, hell is probably going to break loose. We're probably going to head down much further. So you want support, you want buyers to step up to the plate and start buying. You want to see assets like Ethereum start leading the market, okay? ETH is the one asset that I look forward to show me that it's, seeing strength. Because ETH is a higher beta asset, meaning it's relatively, in terms of risk, it's a much higher risk asset than Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is a much higher risk asset than US equities, right? And then beyond that, let's just say something like Link, right? Link is another even higher risk asset than Ethereum because it's less established. And then, under that, something like Dot, which is, another one of my tokens that I'm invested into. This one is another one that you want to start seeing buyers step up to the plate and they start bidding up the price. Okay, once you start seeing price being bid up in Dot and Link and Ethereum, I'm fairly confident that Bitcoin will follow. Okay, so you want the market to have a consensus style movement up. You don't just want to see Bitcoin going up. You don't just want to see ETH going up. You want to see Dot moving with ETH, ETH moving with Bitcoin, Bitcoin moving with Link, and that will tell us that this is a broad market movement and that we're headed up, towards 11,000 or 12,000 and maybe higher. Okay. Again, if you like this kind of analysis, guys, hit the thumbs up. We do work really hard to provide as much content as we can. I try to show my community members everything that I'm doing, starting from morning, like 5, 6 a.m., all the way, till market close and even beyond that. And we're a very active community. I don't think you'll ever find the community quiet any point of the day, whether it's a holiday, Christmas, anything, right? Everyone is pretty active. And we just have, awesome people who have been trading for a while. Some people are new, some people are older. Some people just move from equities to crypto. People who are trading with a lot of money, people who are trading with a little bit of money. So people from all walks of life. And, I'm happy to have this community with us. So go to the Alpha Trades Advantage page, the products page, and then buy the Advantage membership. If you want access to all our channels, the locked channels that you see, all this stuff right here. So you can see exactly what we're trading, videos twice a day, every single day. And so you're not lost, right? So you know exactly what to do when markets are doing this kind of bleeding, so you're not kind of caught off guard. This is what you would really pay for. Okay, you pay for a great community, you pay for great analysis, multiple times a day, and you pay for, people from all walks of life giving you their, insight and opinion on what they're doing in the market, as well as, of course, myself. So that's it, guys. I hope y'all enjoy the content. Again, pay attention to the strategy. Make sure you hit the thumbs up. Make sure you go to our Alpha Trades website and then sign up for the Advantage membership. Additionally, I also have one-on-one appointments. This is for people who want to understand how to trade crypto, what to do in crypto, develop a strategy, balance their portfolio, anything that you have questions regarding, crypto or even the equity markets. I talk you through that, of course, from a non-financial advice standpoint. So if you want to get an appointment, you can sign up for that, or you can pay $97 a month for our membership and you get access to all our channels. Okay, $97 per month for access to all this stuff plus the equity side. I think it's a steal, guys. So make sure you sign up. That's it. Cheers.